that right? Oh. I'll tell you right now, this is one of the baddest players in Randallstown history.
Appreciate it.
You hear me?
Appreciate it.
One of the baddest players. Man. Yes, sir. All right. Let's go, Big O! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, Big O! Let's go! Get loose, Tim. Get loose. Come on, baby. Come on, Tim. Yes, sir. Shit, it's over. Yes, sir. It's over. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You want to talk about somebody playing before their time?
I've coached some dynamic players. I will always say this, of all those guys that I've coached, Timmy is my best all-around player. You're talking about the collection of attitude and talent and determination. He's outstanding.
Timmy was, everybody knew Timmy was the next up. They knew that for football, at least, he was going to be the face of St. Paul's and what St. Paul's was supposed to look like.
He's my brother. He's one of the best athletes I've ever known.
Timothy Adams, what a funny character that guy is.
Tim was good, man. I mean, y'all see the highlight tapes and all that.
Hey, you see Timmy knock it out? Way to go, Tim! You took it from me. Took it right from me. Good job, Timmy. Good job, baby. Take it right from him. That was a smart play. Yes, sir. Took it right from him.
Right now we at Northwest Regional Park. This way I got my start. Man, it's a lot of memories going back, man. A lot of touchdowns, a lot of work, hard work behind the scenes, man. This is where I became myself at. I got the nickname Timmy Time here, and this is just the beginning of my story.
Tim and I grew up together. He was a couple of years older than me, and we really grew into a good friendship over time. We went to the same high school, and we played on the same rec field right here behind me, at Deer Park Middle School. And Tim's just been a good guy, a good friend to me for over 10 years now, Growing up, I used to watch Tim play on this field on Saturdays. Tim at the age of 12, he was doing things that you would literally, the next day on Sunday, turn on TV at 1 o'clock and see the exact same moves. Watching him play as me as like an 8, 9-year-old, it was exciting me and making me want to be better, play better. And watching Tim and his rec team play was really inspiring me before I even knew what the word inspiration meant. Watching Tim play, on Saturdays, I really knew he was going to be special.
I remember hearing the kids come up, that's no lie, up, walking this hill. And they, yeah, man, we're going to do the Timmy show. From meeting him when he was a little kid, I'd say around 10, 11 years old, playing on that 11, 8-10 team, and moving on up until we had an 11 to 13 team, and each year to see him develop. Mr. Tim Adams, man, they're talking about the collection of attitude and talent and determination. He was outstanding.
For me, this is where it really began. In this basement, at this house right here, I learned the competitive edge and willing to win. I remember at a young age, around the age of 4, me and my father would play football in the basement, and he would never let me win.
And my dad used to always challenge him in sports in the basement. And so every time he got home, he used to always have to play basketball with him. And so my dad would never let him win.
I would hate that I would lose to him. But I kept trying and kept losing, kept crying.
So he always tried to win. My dad's 6 foot. He's a couple feet. and he used to smack that ball out of his hand all the time. And so he always used to get really mad about that.
And that's where my competitive edge came from to this day. He'll never let me win. And that taught me also in life, ain't nothing given to you, nothing handed to you. So you just gotta keep working.
I remember when Tim started off, Tim didn't have a lot of the quick movements. So in youth football, a lot of times you put those kids in some of the positions where they can be effective, but still learn the game. And the thing I loved about Tim is that Tim always wanted to learn.
He always used to do these little tricks. I always try to learn out where he get all these tricks from. And I'm like, yo, he always doing these dumb tricks. Come to find out, all the times he's playing with me and my friends in the basement, he's practicing these tricks he learned on NFL or basketball.
I remember a championship game, he was playing defensive tackle for us. We played over at Lake Clifton High School in Baltimore, and we were playing for the B championship. And Tim, playing defensive tackle, made a tackle, and while he was making the tackle, he stripped the ball from the ball carrier, took the ball, and ran the other way 60 yards. That was the making of a superstar in Randallstown Youth Football League. And after that, history was made.
During my years here, I grew up around a bunch of athletes. All of my neighbors, most of my neighbors around here were older than me, 3 to 4 years older than me. All of them good at each sport, and they taught me and drove me to do better at what I did. Also, while playing, this way I really got my start. They wanted more from me over here. Like they wouldn't hold up, great competition. Nothing was given to me. So when I started at Randallstown, I was 5 years old, played flag. I started at quarterback. Our record was 7-1. The one loss, I wasn't even in state to play the game. So who knows what would happen if I was there. Moving on throughout my career, from 5'7", I jumped from 5'7" to 8'10". It was a different feeling playing tackle. Never played tackle before, with pads on, different feel. They put me on the line. I played offensive line, D-line. I was good, a lot real good. Defensive line, a lot of solo tackles. Was known for solo hits. And that was the year I won my first championship. And then after that year, I played 9-11 up Randallstown. And I made a play at D-tackle. Quarterback threw the pass, bounced off the boy's helmet, I caught it, ran the pick back. And then that's when they started to recognize my talents and my speed. So from then on, I played wide receiver, running back.
The following year, I remember Tim displaying his growth and his skills worth, man. And I mean, he took off. He commanded everything, man. And we said, where are we going to play Tim now? We can't just put him on the line because he's too quick, too fast. We need speed on the outside. We need speed at the safety position. So what happened, he became that multiple player, man. And he played at least 5 positions on the team, playing safety, playing defensive end, playing linebacker, because we knew that as years went on, he was able to run down anybody that was in the league. If we had to go scope or soul man, we would put Tim on him and tell Tim to follow the man wherever he would go, and Tim would shut him down. When we played at the Raven Stadium, Tim, he just became a man in a boys' game. The players in every team was scared of Tim, and I mean literally scared of Tim, because Tim, he grew. He wasn't outside of the weight, but he was outside of the talent, and they knew how talented he was because Tim could do it all. I remember the championship game, and Tim was playing. We had switched him from safety to defensive end, and Tim was on the opposite side of the field, and the kid got a pitch out, was running the ball down the sideline, 40, 50 yards. Tim Adams ran him down, punched the ball out, and when he punched the ball out, he went ahead of the runner, got the ball, fell on the ball. We got the ball. This is down at Raven Stadium, our ball going the opposite way. We took him out for a play, put him back in one play after that, and ran a pitch, a 28 pitch to Tim Adams. He took the ball 70 yards for a touchdown. We ended up winning that championship. 11-13 championship, the first one, official one for Ramstown program back in 2008 because of Tim Adams.
I went to the championship game, the Ravens game, and that's when I realized he actually might be, you know, make it to, you know, NFL or something like that. Because his team was good, but it wasn't that good without him. They couldn't get past like the 50-yard line without him. And so, first play of the game, I wasn't the first play, one plays the game. He just breaks it for the touchdown. And that felt long. So I'm like, all right, he's doing good. A couple plays go back, the Ravens going back and forth. Nobody else on the team really doing anything. Next thing I know, he ripped the ball from somebody and he's running it back again. I'm like, all right, he's doing his thing. Goes back on offense. He gets the ball again. He breaks it again. I'm like, all right, this little kid might have something, might have some skill in him. And then he scored another touchdown. I'm like, yo, 4 touchdowns? Like, he got all the points. So I'm like, all right, he's kind of good. And then that's why I started knowing he's getting recruited by these other schools and everything.